Hello, welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. Today I'm going to give you some more select prelim fights from the UFC 268 card. Be sure to check out the video I did yesterday with additional prelim fights. They weren't in the correct order and everything because I had Phil Hawes on that and he should be on this one, but whatever. I did 3 fights yesterday, prelims. I'm going to do 3 more prelim fights today. And tomorrow I'll get into the main card. But without further ado, let's get into this. Starting off this show, we have got the fight between the Golden Boy, Edmen Shahbazyan, taking on the Russian sniper Nassourdine Imavov. Shahbazyan, he was the big lot of hype on him till they found out his weakness is his gas tank. After the first round, he starts to slow down. By the time he's in the third round, he's barely standing. So people found out the recipe on how to beat him, and that is why he is now 11-2, coming out strong. But now he's on a 2-fight losing skid. Most recently, he lost to Jack Hermansson by unanimous decision, and before that, he lost to Derek Brunson, ground and pound, round 2. But can't take much you can't take much from that because Derek Brunson and Jack Hermansson are both veterans in the UFC, and this is a totally different fight against the Russian sniper, Nassourdine Imavov. Okay, Edmen Shahbazyan, he used to fight out of the Glendale Fight Club. I heard now he has been training out of AKA, American Kickboxing Academy. That would mean he's been working on a little bit of wrestling because that's where DC is, and it's called American Kickboxing Academy, but I know they have a strong wrestling background over there at AKA. Like I said, he's coming off those 2 losses. He's 3-2 in his last 5. He does have wins against, he knocked out Brad Tavares, Jack Marshman, and Charles Bird. And in his contender series, he beat was a Darren Stewart. That was a unanimous decision, I think, or maybe a split decision. I know it was kind of close. And that last round he was gassed, but he pocketed the first two rounds, and that's why he got that decision victory. His opponent, Nassourdine Imavov, the Russian sniper, fighting out of the MMA Factory under the guidance of Fernand Lopez. Also out of the MMA Fight Factory, or MMA Factory, is Cyril Gane and Alan Baudot, Black Samurai. I don't know what you want to take from Alan Baudot. Cyril Gane, of course, is heavyweight, and this is a middleweight fight, 185, but Russian sniper still. The thing is, Shahbazyan, Imavov, both strikers. When he fought Jack Hermansson and Derek Brunson, both of those guys have grappling backgrounds, but I think he's been sharpening up his grappling at AKA. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Let's see. Nassourdine Imavov does have a slight 1-inch height, 1-inch reach advantage. He's coming off a ground and pound win over Ian Heinisch. That's a pretty good victory. He won ground and pound round 2. He's 4-1 in his last 5. And the one that he lost was against Phil Hawes, also on this card. And Phil Hawes, a great, well-rounded, but predominantly wrestling guy. So this is going to be a battle of 2 strikers. Let's see what the cappers have to say in regards to this. Let's see, these are close odds too. We got Imavov is the slight, they're both minus numbers, but Imavov is the slight favorite, minus 115. Shahbazyan, slight underdog, not even really, minus 105. This is kind of a coin flip fight, and boy, this is one that is very hard for me to decide. I can see paths to victory for both fighters. Shahbazyan, his path to victory is to end it soon and fast before he gasses out in later rounds. Imavov, his path to victory is to withstand the first couple rounds, use his lengthy range. I mean, it's not like he has a big reach advantage or anything, but he is kind of a sharpshooter from the outside. I think if he can last the first couple rounds, he'll have the cardio in the third. We'll see. Let's see what the cappers have to say. We're going to start with the favorite here in Imavov. I know it's a slight favorite, but still a favorite nonetheless. We've got Pub Sports Radio, the Clint Diehard MMA podcast. Clint had, as a guest, he had James from Lucrative MMA. James is one of those sharp bettors, and both Clint and James are on Imavov. I'm just gonna write Pub Sports Radio. You know what it is, Clint, James, whatever. Should I write it? Might as well. I got it here, James. Okay, Pub Sports Radio, both taking Imavov. Then we've got over here the MMA prediction guru, not to be confused with the guru with the knit cap. I used him yesterday. The MMA prediction guru is from California. He does not wear a knit cap. He's saying TKO round 1 for the Golden Boy, Edmen Shahbazyan. Then we've got the MMA fortune teller. MMA, we're just going to write teller, out of Florida. MMA fortune teller is on the Russian sniper Imavov. Then over here we've got fight night picks. Not both of them though. The Allen brothers are split on this. The younger brother Matt is taking Edmen Shahbazyan, the Golden Boy, but Craig, the older brother, is taking Imavov. Fight night picks. Craig, manscaping. They like to promote that. They give a whole section of promoting that manscaping. I mean, how many times can you shave your balls though? I have the whole lawn care kit, the manscaping kit. I use it like, I don't know, once every 3 weeks. Really, how close do you have to shave your nuts, you know? Then we've got 4, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. The last capper I have on this show, I guess you could, not a tiebreaker, Imavov's ahead by 1 capper, but Greedo plays. Greedo is also taking the side of the Russian sniper. He thinks it's going to be a TKO round 3. Like I said, the gas tank on Shahbazyan is his weakness. If you can outlast the first round, he does have strong punches and he's sharp. You know, everyone knows he was brought in by Ronda Rousey back in the day, and now he's the face of a Glendale Fight Academy or whatever you want to call that school. But he has since switched to AKA, and according to Fight Night Picks Brothers, he's floated to a couple other facilities aside from AKA in preparation for this fight. But I'm going to still have to go with the capper majority here. I'm going to take Imavov, the Russian sniper, late in the UFC gambling addict's doppelganger, from what I understand. He looks a lot like him. But I'm going to take the Russian sniper, Imavov, to get it done. I think his cardio is going to win it for him. He should be able to get it done. I'm going to say round 3 or decision. We'll just, man, the thing is, Shahbazyan, he's good at winning round 1 and 2, and if he pockets those 2, just like Phil Hawes did. But Imavov does have the better cardio, and he stuck it out with Phil Hawes, and he was still game. Round 3 against Phil Hawes is when he turned it on. He's got to turn it on a little bit earlier. I'm going to take Imavov. I think he's going to get it done. I'm not going to sprinkle round 3. Well, it is worth a sprinkle, but I'm going to take him to get it done by decision over Shahbazyan. I think he should be able to outpoint him, outstrike him, keep that range. They're both going to strike. It's not going to go to the ground. If it does, Shahbazyan will have the slight advantage, I reckon. But I think it's going to stay standing. Imavov's going to have the smarter IQ. What are their ages? 23 and 25. Very close in age. Shahbazyan's the slightly younger guy, 23. 25. Yeah, I'm going to take the Russian Sniper. 4-1 in his last 5, and his one that he did lose was against Phil Hawes, who I'm very high upon. So, moving on. Next, we've got Raging Iaquinta, the return. He hasn't fought since 2019. I guess he's been selling real estate, and I don't get that, but whatever. I guess you got to do what you got to do. You got, you can't just. But anyway, Iaquinta, his last fight back in 2019. He's coming off a loss to Dan Hooker, unanimous decision. He is, by all rights, 2-3 in his last 5. All his losses, however, have been by decision in his last 5. He has been put out way back in 2015 or something, 2016 maybe, but he's had this slight layoff in 2019. He fights out of Sarah Jiu-Jitsu in Huntington, New York. You're going to see a lot of New York, New Jersey facility fighters on this card because it's taking place in New York City. I would love to go to it, which is a 3-hour drive, but I just can't afford the tickets. They're too pricey. But he fights out of Sarah Jiu-Jitsu with Aljamain Sterling's out of there, Chris Weidman, and Merab Davishvili. So, Iaquinta, he is 14-6-1 as a pro, and he is the underdog here, plus 148. I got these lines fresh off of Bet Online. So this is what it is right now. I don't know what it opened up as, but I think Iaquinta's been the underdog since the open. Bobby Green, double-digit losses on Bobby Green. I don't like that, but he is 27-12-1. He's coming off a loss to Rafael Fiziev, which was, in my opinion, a robbery. I mean, I am high on Rafael Fiziev because striking coach out of Tiger Muay Thai and all that stuff, but if you watch that fight, Bobby Green, he won rounds 2 and 3, outstruck him, more significant strikes, all sorts. I thought he should have got that victory, but Fiziev won that by unanimous decision. Bobby Green is 3-2 in his last 5. Okay, these guys have the same reach and same height. Well, actually, Bobby Green's got 1-inch reach, but hey, that's advantage. That's nothing. According to Tapology, fights out of Pinnacle MMA. I don't know if that's still true, but Bobby Green is the favorite at minus 173 for a double-digit loss guy. I think it's because Iaquinta has been out of the fight scene for a while, where Bobby Green's been very active. Both tight with the age. Iaquinta is actually a year younger, 34. Bobby Green is 35. Man, this is a closer fight than the odds have it. But people are fading Iaquinta because his lack of he's been out of the fight scene for a bit, so they don't know what they're gonna get, and I don't know what I'm gonna get either. I guess he's been doing his realty thing, selling houses and shit. So I don't know. Let's see what the cappers have to say about this. We're going to start with the favorite in Bobby Green. I guess if you go on Bobby Green's Twitter and his Instagram feed, he's talking about positivity, feeling great, being great, manifesting shit, all the good, good vibes and all that good stuff. So I don't know. I'm about that stuff too. I love the positivity. I like the positive, optimistic outlook. I think your mindset plays a very important role of how your life goes. But who's to say Iaquinta's being a downer either? I don't know. So Bobby King Green, taking him. We've got both Fight Night Pick brothers, Matt and Craig, on Bobby Green. Then we've got both the guys from Clint and Lucrative MMA, James, from Pub Sports. Oh man, Pub Sports Radio. James is actually saying by decision. He said if you're gonna bet Bobby Green, bet him by decision because he does not finish his exact words was Bobby Green can't even finish his lunch. But and if you do look, he is not a finisher. And look at the over/under. Over is minus 300. So even the bookies, everybody has this going the distance. That's why it's not very attractive as a bet. Fight. This Vlad's probably going to say a fight goes the distance. Well, obviously. But anyway, Iaquinta is durable. Like I said, he hasn't been finished since like 2015 or something crazy like that. Pub Sports Radio, Clint is actually thinking Bobby Green might get a knockout, but I don't think that's going to be happening against Iaquinta. And like James from Lucrative MMA said, Bobby Green can't even finish his lunch. So, but he is taking him by decision. Then we've got MMA Fortune Teller, also taking Bobby Green. We got the MMA Prediction Guru. Of course, he's saying how? By decision. Yeah, everybody knows Bobby Green, not a finisher, but a good fighter, good technical boxer. And Greedo, to wrap it up, also says by decision for Bobby King Green, making that a full capper consensus. If you guys don't know already, the full capper consensus is when all the handicappers are picking the same size, and in this case, everybody is taking Bobby Green to get it done with his double-digit losses. I don't like that, but I don't know what I'm gonna get out of Iaquinta. Oh, by the way, these are good luck pearls. I learned this from Pearls of Wisdom, one of my mentors when it comes to YouTube, you know, making YouTube videos and whatnot. He helped me out in my beginning when I started. But anyway, I don't like going against the capper consensus, so I'm not going to in this case. But I will take a look at how they look on the scales, and I might flip my pick. But as of right now, I'm going to go with the cappers, and I'm going to take Bobby Green to get it done. I like his positivity. I like that he's been fighting rather than selling properties and selling houses and doing real estate. Iaquinta, I'm not knocking him for that. Hey, I'm sure it's a very lucrative business, especially if he's selling stuff in the Long Island area. That's where he's out of, I believe. Sarah Jiu-Jitsu, that's in Long Island. Huntington, New York, that's Long Island. I'm almost positive. So, yeah, I'm going to take Bobby Green to get it done here just because of recent activity and all that. And like everybody else, I'm going to get it by decision, which should make it probably an even number, like barely a plus number. I don't know the exact prop because it wasn't available yet on Bet Online. But Bobby Green by decision. Finally, the last fight. I gotta check the time on this. I know I've been talking kind of fast. Perfect. We've got the middleweight fight between the Spartan, Andreas Mikulitis, from Athens, Greece, the Greek fighter. He's taking on Alex Pereira. Pereira is, he's famed, his fame is he's known as the only person to ever knock out Israel Adesanya. He actually beat him twice. He's a kickboxer. He's got in Glory Kickboxing, he has the belt in 2 different weight classes. And he beat Israel Adesanya twice in Glory Kickboxing. One time by decision, the other time he knocked his ass out. He's another, was fighting out of Cruz MMA in Harrison, New Jersey, but now I guess he's fighting out of Glover Teixeira's gym, Teixeira MMA. Yeah, so he's, I'm assuming, honing up his takedown defense skills with Glover, the new light heavyweight champ of the world at 42 years old, or at 43 maybe. Happy birthday. I know his birthday was like last Thursday. But anyway, Alex Pereira is coming, Poatan, that's his nickname, Poatan. Poatan is coming off a win against Thomas Powell. He's only 3-1 as an MMA fighter. But he's 14-5 as a kickboxer. According to Tapology, I counted all of them up. 14-5 as a kickboxer. And like I said, he beat Izzy 2 times. And who else? He beat Dustin Jacoby in there. And if you look at that too, that's another known name that he's defeated kickboxing. But 3-1. That one loss was like in 2014 and 20. That was his debut, and he got rear naked choked. But you can't take much off of that. And you know, he probably forgot that there was MMA, mixed martial arts, is not just kickboxing. I don't know. I'm just making excuses for the guy. But he does have a massive 4-inch height and 5-inch reach advantage over the Greek Michailidis. And Pereira has been known to kickbox at 205. And this is a middleweight fight. So you got to consider he's going to be the bigger boy in that octagon when it comes fight time. Okay, Andreas Mikulitis, he's coming off a win, but it's against KB Bular, the once only Indian fighter that I know of, like out of India. I don't think that I know of any other fighters that are Indian, but KB Bular is not in the UFC anymore. He's, I think you want to say maybe LFA or PFL or something. I don't know, but he came, his last fight in one of the lesser promotions is a loss, so you can't take much off of that. He is 4-1, Michailidis, in his last 5. His one loss was against Modestas Bukauskas, who also is no longer in UFC. He's been cut, but yeah, he did get that loss there. And Andreas Mikulitis fights out of the EFL Martial Arts Academy. That is in Athens, Greece. One thing to note, Michailidis is a former European BJJ champion. So submission skills are there. Path to victory is there if he can manage to get this guy on the ground, Alex Pereira. But Alex Pereira, like I said, he's been training with Glover Teixeira, and that they're same, like within a weight class difference. So you know that's been his main training partner. And UFC wants this guy to win. I think they kind of placed him in a position so he can win because he's the only one that's ever knocked out Israel Adesanya. So I think they're trying to build, and that's not coming just from me. I've heard that from more than one cap. I've heard it from like 3 different cappers that I've watched already. They're kind of feeding him Michailidis just to spruce up that 3-1 record. Hopefully he doesn't fumble the ball on that and lose by getting submitted or something, ground control. I don't know. But this guy hits like a truck. I guess you can hear it when he hits. And in the Instagram picture, he shows him looking over Izzy, right, yelling something right in his face. I didn't watch the fight, but I did see the pictures on his Instagram. It's gonna be an interesting fight. Plus 200, Michailidis is the underdog against Pereira. Minus 235 favorite with a 3-1 record. I mean, I know he's got, like I said, 14-5 in kickboxing. And I'll tell you another thing. His last fight in kickboxing was a loss. It was like a rerun because he won first time. I forgot who the guy's name is, but he lost the last time. Did I write it down? I didn't. But his last kickboxing bout was a loss in a rematch that he won the first time, lost the second time. So I don't know what you want to take from that. Pereira is like 1 year older. Michailidis is 33. Pereira is 34. So there's no really... But like I said, Alex Pereira does have a massive 4-inch height, 5-inch reach advantage. And I guess he hits like a... Wheezy and Brady from Stat Diggers said the last fight that he knocked somebody out in kickboxing, the guy was out for 7 minutes and then the tape ended, so he could have been out, laid flat out unconscious, knocked the guy out unconscious, out sleeping, zapped him. So I don't know. I guess this guy can hit like a beast. But Michailidis, European Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion. That's an oxymoron. European Brazilian. European Jiu-Jitsu champion. Okay, I don't know. But anyway, so that has to count for something. And he's like a 3-time kickboxing champion. So he's not a stranger to kickboxing. I don't know what, I heard that all from Fight Night Picks. Links for all these cappers will be in the description. I urge you to definitely check them out because that's where I get my info from. And they said this Michailidis was a European champ for Jiu-Jitsu and a 3-time kickboxing champ. I know Pereira, he's known for his kickboxing, double weight class belt champion, and the whole knocking out Izzy thing. And he's a beast. I guess he hits hard. Hits and kicks very hard. Knocking people right out, unconscious. Knocking them straight out. Let's see what the cappers say in this taking. Starting with the favorite, we've got Grito. Grito plays. He's taking out Pereira. He's the one of the guys that's saying this is a setup. They're just trying to feed him some wins so they can eventually get up to the point where he can potentially fight Izzy. But 3-1, you got a ways to go, brother. Unless Izzy happens to lose, which I don't think that's going to be happening. But anyway, Grito's taking him. MMA prediction guru, Pred Guru is taking him to get it done. TKO round 1 makes sense. That's what the the popular pick is right there. TKO round 1 because the guy is some phenomenal kickboxer. MMA fortune teller also taking Pereira, and he likes the Greek fighters too because he is Greek. The MMA fortune teller is from Greek descent, but Michailidis, he's going against the Greek here. He's just being honest with his pick. Both the Fight Night Pick brothers, the Allens, Matt and Craig, both taking Pereira. And finally, both the guys from Pub Sports Radio, Clint and James from Lucrative MMA, are both saying Pereira should get a TKO here. Clint saying first round. James didn't say which round, but he is taking him by TKO, so I'll write that there. Making this a full capper consensus. Another one for the 3-1 MMA fighter, 14-5 kickboxing fighter in Alex Pereira. Now, I don't know. I've been known to do stupid things. I do stupid picks all the time, but it's something, I don't know. This one's fishy. I don't like, look at the 13-4 for Michailidis, but you know, you gotta fade that because his win against KB Bular sucks. And then he got that loss to Modestas Bukauskas. Modestas Bukauskas is not that good either. I mean, he's not horrible. He's not like KB Bular, but man, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to reluctantly go with the capper consensus and take Pereira. But man, I'm gonna visit this again with Dave on Friday, and I might do you know what? I'm gonna hedge bet. I'm gonna sprinkle a little hedge on Michailidis. You know, just a half unit play at plus 200, you know. So, but my pick on Tapology will be Pereira, and I'll get him the victory, TKO, round 1. Hopefully that'll prop that out to a plus number. Yeah, that's how the UFC wants it to pan out. That's how what the UFC wants, the UFC gets, and they want that. That's why I'm going with it. But man, do not count this boy out. You know, everyone's going against Andreas Mikulitis, but I don't know. I just like that he's got that European Jiu-Jitsu champion, 3-time kickboxing champion. Man, I'm talking myself right into it. Talking myself into that plus But for the sake of this video, I'm going to take Pereira reluctantly for now. So to recap, time check. What time is it? Oh, perfect. Okay, so to recap, I've got Nassourdine Imavov winning by decision because his cardio is gonna take him to win rounds 2 and 3 if he can make it out of the first, and his fight IQ and his more technical. But man, Shahbazyan, this is a good tight. I'm on the fence still. Shahbazyan does have that power. He's got that nice straight jab, and he was a hot prospect. Imavov, though, I like his I got a little recency bias. Imavov's 4-1. His only loss was to Phil Hawes, who I'm high on. Shahbazyan's lost 2 in a row. Ed Hermanson and Derek Brunson. Then I've got, with the full capper consensus, I'm taking Bobby King Green to get it done against the real estate salesman, realtor, Iaquinta, raging Iaquinta. But that, I mean, don't count him out. I mean, he was a contender. Just because who knows what he's been up to in the past couple years, except for selling houses. You really can't tell because he hasn't been active. But his last fight was a loss. Unanimous decision, though. Now, let me add, he went to, he's probably gave Khabib the best fight that Khabib, like the toughest challenge Khabib had to face. Khabib couldn't finish him. They went to unanimous decision with Khabib. So that's got to count for something. Khabib's wiping up people like Justin Gaethje and stuff. But Iaquinta, it took him to decision. I know Khabib won, but I'm saying who else gave him a challenge like that? Iaquinta gave him that challenge. Just saying. But I'm going to take Bobby Green, positivity. Even though I don't like his double-digit losses. Iaquinta's only got half as many, but he also got half as many wins too. He's good. Look at 14-6-1, 27-12-1. So what are you gonna do? Half as many fights. And finally, I'm gonna take Alex Pereira to beat Andreas Mikulitis reluctantly. I mean, I guess I'm gonna go with the tinfoil hat. UFC wants him to win, so maybe there's that possible potential of matchup against Izzy, but I don't know if he's gonna make it there. Low key, I want Michailidis to win that, just to shut everybody up, and just I like that he's got that European BJJ, but you gotta fade because of the KB Bular and who's that? Modestus Bukauskas. I mean, they're both out of the UFC. Modestus Bukauskas beat the guy handedly, I guess, from what I've heard. I didn't even write down how he lost to Modestus Bukauskas, but I think he might have even got finished. I'm not sure. But anyway, I will sprinkle a little hedge bet on Michailidis, but my pick for Tapology will be Alex Pereira TKO round 1. So, gather the info, place those bets, cash those tickets. I really appreciate you guys watching. Hit the like, fill the comments up with anything you want to talk about regarding these fights or any other fight on the card. Tell me who you're taking here, especially if you're taking the contrarian. Especially if you're taking Michailidis, please put that up there. I like the contrarian picks. I like the people that are not taking the favorites. This one's a tough one. There's not even a real favorite. It's a coin flip. Tell me who you got in this fight, and tell me if you got Iaquinta too, because that one I think should be a lot. I don't know. That could go either way, but people are fading him because of his little layoff. They haven't seen him in 2 years, but he's still a contender, still top 15. Bobby Green coming off that robbery loss to Fiziev. Man, these are some good. This is a great card. I'm so looking forward to it, as I know you guys are too. So fill the comments up with your opinions. Let me know what you guys think. Good luck on these bets, and I'll see you tomorrow with some main events.